Sa exercise number 3, ang ating given ay a sub n is equal to negative 1 raised to n plus 1 times n squared. Now, to get the first 4 terms, ang sabi dun sa instruction natin, n starts at 1. So, first 4 terms, magsisimula tayo sa 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Now, ang gagawin lang natin to get the first 4 terms ay mag-substitute tayo. We will replace the n with these 4 numbers. Yung 1, yung 2, yung 3, yung 4. Isa-isahin natin. Let's start with n is equal to 1. If n is equal to 1, then a sub 1, ito ang tinitignan nating expression yan pa rin, yung ating given. A sub 1 is equal to negative 1. So remember to copy everything, but you will replace the n with the number. So negative 1 nandyan pa rin. Yung n, papalitan natin ng 1 plus 1. Tapos yung n squared magiging 1 squared. Now, simplify natin. Negative 1. So sa exponent, we have 1 plus 1. That will be 2. Tapos, 1 squared. Negative 1 squared. It's the same as saying negative 1 times negative 1. That will be 1. Dahil tandaan natin, negative times negative is positive. Then, dito naman, 1 squared. 1 times 1 ay 1. And finally, 1 times 1 is 1. Our first term is 1. Now, for the second term, a sub 2 is equal to, copy pa rin negative 1 raised to, this time, ang n natin ay 2. n plus 1, so magiging 2 plus 1. Tapos, yung n squared natin magiging 2 squared. Now, simplify. Negative 1. Sa exponent, 2 plus 1 is 3. And then copy the 2 squared. Negative 1 times negative 1 cubed, that will be negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. Ang shortcut natin, kapag yung negative number, kapag yung exponent niya ay odd, the answer will be negative. Negative 1 times 2 squared. 2 squared, 2 times 2. That will be 4. Finally, negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. So our first term is 1. Our second term is negative 4. Now, tumako tayo sa third term, a sub 3. Take note, ito pa rin ang gagamitin nating expression. Okay? Negative 1. Yung n magiging 3. Papalitan natin ng 3. Kasi nga, nasa third term na tayo. 3 plus 1 times n squared. N squared. Yung n papalitan ng 3. 3 squared. Negative 1 times negative 1 raised to, 3 plus 1 is 4. And then copy the 3 squared. Negative 1 to the power of 4, fourth power. Pag even number yung ating exponent, pag even positive number yung exponent natin, the answer will be, the product will be positive. So this is 1. Negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. 4. 4 na negative 1, multiply to each other. Positive siya. Times 3 squared. 3 squared is 3 times 3. Hindi siya 3 times 2. Remember that. 3 times 3. Dalawang 3 multiplied together. That will be 9. Finally, 1 times 9 is 9. So our first term is 1, our second term is negative 4, and our third term is 9. Now, we're down to the fourth term, yung ating huli, yung panghuli na. A sub 4 is equal to negative 1 raised to 4 plus 1 times 4 squared. Negative 1, 4 plus 1 is 5. Tapos 4 squared, copy lang. Negative 1 raised to 5. Odd number yung exponent natin, so negative. Negative 1. 4 squared. 4 times 4, that will be 16. Finally, negative 1 times 16 is negative 16. So our terms are, the first 4 terms of the sequence are 1, -4, 9, and -16.